What's going on, everyone? It's the final consecutive streaming day of the week. Not only do we have a double new release day yet again, but this morning was the Xbox Partner Showcase, which we'll be talking about a little bit, and of course, building up the hype for the release of Friday's Alan Wake 2. All this and more on today's Level 1 podcast. Good morning! Today is Wednesday, the 25th of October, 2023. I'm DSP. Welcome to the channel, welcome to the show, and welcome to another fine autumn day. I guess if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, I would assume that the vast majority of people who watch my content live in the Northern Hemisphere. I wasn't aware of any of you who live in, like, South America or, down there in Antarctica or wherever. Anyway, how's everyone doing? I hope you've had a great week. And I hope that you are ready for a fun and full streaming day here on DSPGaming. Continuing on yet again with both big high-profile new releases that came out on Friday, which will be a good, each game we're going to be 12, 13 hours into within 1 week, which is excellent progress for any new release. I'm glad that we get to play the heck out of these games this week, and this was the major focus. Of course, other things kind of went by the wayside. There was no Street Fighter 6 gameplay to speak of this week, when I mean online play. There was no Starfield this week, but that's okay. We're really in no rush to really focus on or get back to that stuff. We can get to it when we have time, when we start to, make more progress and wrap up with the new releases. This morning, we got a good variety of stuff to talk about. First of all, this morning was the Xbox Partner Showcase, a 30-minute digital showcase featuring all third-party partner titles, including games such as Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake, which I don't know if it's called, is it Metal Gear Solid Delta? Because it's a green triangle. And I don't know what that means. I don't know if it's called Metal Gear Solid Delta or Metal Gear Solid Triangle, Snake Eater, who knows. Alan Wake 2, as well as a few others like RoboCop. So I'll talk about some of that today on the show. If in case you missed it this morning, I'll be honest, you didn't miss much. It was only a 30-minute presentation, and quite honestly, a lot of it was stuff that we had already seen. Maybe a little bit of elaboration on certain titles. For example, Alan Wake 2 showed some gameplay, the likes of which we hadn't seen yet, and like, ooh, that could be interesting. But it wasn't a super important presentation that you had to watch or anything, but I watched it, and I'll cover it for you here today. In addition, small updates on both Spider-Man 2 and Mario. And let's be honest, I do want to address this morning. The Super Mario Wonder playthrough. All right? I'm really loving the game. I'm having a great time with it. Every time I play it, we unlock a new ability, a new transformation, a new gameplay mechanic. We are 3 streams in. I played it Friday, Saturday, Monday. Okay, I'm 4 streams in. What I've noticed is a distinct drop-off in engagement and support for the streams, meaning yesterday when I played it as the daytime stream, man, it was like the people who were on the stream didn't care about the game. They weren't talking about it. They weren't paying attention. They weren't even engaging with me. They were kind of disconnected to what I was doing in the game, and it translated into one of the slowest daytime streams I've had in ages. We've been talking in the last couple of months that I've had a few slow night streams. And those, I guess you could kind of understand. It's a late night audience. Half the audience isn't there for the late night streams because, people across the pond, it's super late at night for them. It's typically shorter streams and not an ongoing narrative style deal when I play those late streams. So if you were going to have like a stream with less engagement and support, it would be a night stream, right? Well, yesterday was the daytime stream. And I'm not kidding. I wish this was an exaggeration. The podcast went fine yesterday. We had fun. We hung out. People talked. People contributed. We had lots of interaction. The moment I started playing Mario, it was as if I might as well not have even been here. It was a complete disconnect. People weren't talking with me. They weren't discussing the game. And I'm not kidding you. There wasn't a single tip. There wasn't a single, member. Nothing during the 3+ hours that I played the game. I was playing it and having a bunch of fun. I was trying to engage the audience and speak with those who were here. But, man, it was tough. And it confuses me. Because I actually really like the game a ton. And typically, when I really like a game and that comes through on a stream, that means that people can see that level of enjoyment, and then it becomes engagement, and then it becomes entertainment, and then it becomes support. It all goes hand in hand. And this is a case where I think I really like the game, but maybe it just doesn't resonate with my viewing audience, which is weird, because I know that this game is doing well otherwise. I know other people are playing it, other people are enjoying it, doing playthroughs, no problem. But for some reason, for me, this always tends to happen. Whenever I play a big first-party Nintendo game, notably Mario, because sometimes with Zelda, that'll work. We played Metroid Dread a couple years ago. That absolutely worked. But for some reason, every single time I play a Mario game, this happens. In fact, I remember playing Super Mario Odyssey, 5 years ago, right? No, 6 years ago. Holy crap, man. Can you believe it's been 6 years since Mario Odyssey? It doesn't feel like that. But anyway, I remember playing it and really enjoying it, telling you guys how much I love the creativity of the hats and the world design and everything. And basically, the audience, again, did exactly the same as what's happening now with Mario Wonder, where the further in I got into the game, people would say things like, oh, the game's for kids, the game's not that fun or engaging. I'm like, huh? I really don't understand it. Maybe we're different generations. Maybe that's what it is. I grew up in the 1980s and 90s playing Mario. Mario is always going to be a part of my core gaming experience because that's what I was playing growing up. So whenever a new Mario game comes out, I'm excited for it, right? And I love to see what they're going to do new with the character, and particularly with Super Mario Wonder, I feel like they've really returned to the roots of what makes a Mario game great, and they have absolutely hit the nail on the head, as they say, and it's resonating with me, for sure. So why then isn't it resonating with the audience? It did seem like you guys were interested in this game Friday, Saturday, and then all of a sudden now, right? So, I don't know. We'll talk a little bit more about that. But yeah, we got an interesting show today. We got a good amount of stuff to talk about. I actually have to prepare for Friday. I have to get Alan Wake 2, which I'm actually thinking I may finally redeem my Microsoft points. I don't even know what they're called, but when you have Game Pass, you earn a certain number of points whenever you play a game. You boot a game, you do an achievement in a game, you earn these points. I have over 30,000 points. I've been accumulating these points for 2 years, and I think it's enough to get $30 of credit towards anything. So I think I might use that. I might actually redeem that and get my $30 and put that towards Alan Wake 2 on Friday. Save a few bucks. Why not, right? It's just sitting there. It's credit that's never going to get used if I don't use it. It's just going to sit there kind of accumulating further and further, but what's the point? So I'm thinking about maybe using it, for this game coming up. I guess I'll figure out how much it is. I think I want to save around $30, so if I can redeem it for the 30, I will. Maybe it won't be enough. Maybe I'll have to wait. I do know that there's Modern Warfare 3 coming up. There's a couple games probably I'm getting in December. So whatever I can do to, when I have enough points maybe to redeem towards something. But anyway, Friday will be a very exciting day with not only the release of Alan Wake 2, perfect game for this season, horror-themed game for, the Halloween weekend, but also Five Nights at Freddy's The Movie releases on Friday, and I will be getting Peacock, probably just a free trial, to watch the movie and review it for you over the weekend. So we got a lot of horror-themed, very pertinent, timely stuff going on next week, which I'm excited to talk about, all right? So good stuff, right? Good stuff all around. And I welcome you here to the channel. I hope you'll chill with me all day long because I am very excited to jump back into the new releases. Spider-Man 2 is really good. The further I get into the game, I'm liking it more and more. Last night, we finished up the Prowler plot line for Miles Morales, which had a pretty nice ending. And then we did a lot of other new side content, including fighting hunters that have these bases throughout the city, and had a big finale mission where you have to go to like a big hunter base and take out a bunch of these hunters with stealth. If possible, you could fight them head up, but stealth is more effective. Continue to level up both Peter and Miles and get them more abilities and more traversal and stuff like that, which is really neat. And then at the end, we did another major story mission, and we're actually in the midst of another one. We actually were doing two. We did one that regarded Black Cat, you know, a recurring character in the Spider-Man universe, and now we're in the midst of a mission without, you know, this is minor spoilers, but it's regarding Mysterio, of all people. Now, Mysterio had not been in the previous Marvel Spider-Man games, but he is a character in this, basically like a reformed criminal. So it's pretty exciting because he showed up and there was a whole like virtual occurrence that happened that was really neat, and I'm looking forward to continuing because we did the Miles side of the mission, but now we're switching over to like the Peter Parker side of the mission to see what happens. So, man, this game is great. The graphics, whew, we're now at a theme park, and we're walking through this theme park that's supposed to be actually at Coney Island, which is a real area in New York City where there is a theme park, and the lighting is excellent. The graphics are great. Like, dude, this game, it really does feel like you're in New York City. It's pretty well done. I mean, the only thing I would say is, you know, way less people, because good for the Lord, if you had the streets filled with people like they are in real New York, they'd never be able to render it. But it's quite entertaining and fun, this game. I'm having tons of, you know, great experiences with it every time I play it. Every time I play it, also, the audience is engaged. That is one thing I will definitely say about Spider-Man 2. You guys are showing up, watching, and engaging with the gameplay. You're talking about Spider-Man and his lore. We're talking about the game. We're having fun as I swing through the city. You know, it's been a great experience. Even, you know, 10 hours in? Let me think about that. 10 hours in, correct? We're 10 parts in? I think so. You know, I'm glad that we're at that length into the game, and you guys are still enjoying the game as much as I am. That's great. Although it was funny, so last night we had our stream and I upload. Guess what? One of the Spider-Man videos got claimed. And I was like, how did Spider-Man get claimed? Because get this, at the end of the Prowler mission line, all right, to warn everyone out there, your uncle, who is the Prowler, is playing a record. It's supposed to be a record that your dad used to own. And the record, as it plays, I'm not kidding you, this record plays for a grand total of maybe 50 seconds. Okay, it's just background music. Gets claimed. The whole video. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. You couldn't even hear the music for more than like a second. You couldn't really hear it. And it gets claimed on YouTube for that. I'm like, this fucking website is something else, man. It's just like, are you out of your mind? For like a little clip, right? Not even the whole song. Not even played exclusively so you could hear it. It's literally playing in the background of a story cutscene. And YouTube fucking claims the video. It's the most atrocious, egregious violation of copyright law. And I don't know what YouTube thinks they're doing, but they are really cruising for a lawsuit at some point. So all it's going to take is one person who's rich and is just pissy and just wants to teach them a fucking lesson to slap them with a lawsuit and be like, your entire DMCA system is shit. Your whole content claiming system is shit. You can't do this. It's completely illegal every time you have one of these claims, which it is. And then they'd have to fix their system. But again, when you have a website that allows you to use it for free, to upload unlimited content for free, and to monetize and make money off of that content, you're likely not going to slap the hands that feed you, right? And that's why this has never really been worked out, that they need to fix their stuff. You know what I'm saying? But man, not that it's a big deal. One video in my playthrough getting claimed like that is not going to destroy my playthrough or destroy me. You know, I'm not one of the YouTubers who puts out one video a week, and it's a highly edited video, tons of content and work into it, and then I can't make money on it. That's not the case. So don't really care having one video demonetized. I just find it absolutely hilarious that we're in 2023 and it's the same broken system that they've been using all these years. They never update it. They never refine it. They just, there was a song playing in the background of a 10-second cutscene in your 1 hour long video. And that gets fully claimed by Warner Music Group. And they get the entire rights to your video because of it. How can you even argue that that is fucking legal? You can't. You can't. No court of law would say you had a movie, and in this movie that lasts an hour and a half, a song played for 20 seconds, and now the people who made the song own all the fucking advertisement rights to your movie. There's no court on planet Earth that would rule that way, but that's how YouTube works. Anyway, it's not a big deal. I'm just mentioning it because every once in a while it's worth it to mention that YouTube is still broken. No, but yeah, I'm really enjoying Spider-Man 2. I'm looking forward to more today. I'm really enjoying Super Mario Wonder. I can't wait to play it more tonight. I just hope that people show up and engage and support because here's what I'm nervous about. Super Mario Wonder, by all reports, okay, if you just turbo through it, you can beat it in about 10 hours. Well, I'm 10 hours in, and we're in World 4 of 6 and then the final castle. So, I'm definitely not done yet, and I would say, if you judge by what people are saying, probably 20 hours, if not a little shorter, we'll see. But what I'm nervous about is every time I play Mario now, I'm just playing it for myself. Right? I don't want that to happen. I wanted that whenever I play a game, I have an audience that comes out and chills and enjoys what I'm doing, and we have a great time together. That's why I stream. Or else I would just not turn the stream on, and I would just play games for myself. Right? I mean, that's the point, is that I'm sharing with an audience. You guys engage. You like what I'm doing. You like the gameplay I'm putting out. And then you support it. That's the whole model. That's how it works. If I'm sitting here and just playing Mario and the audience doesn't care about Mario, there's a problem there. There's a disengagement. You understand? I don't want disengagement. I want people to enjoy everything I'm doing, and tuning in and having a good time with me. So yesterday's stream, yeah, it actually really disappointed me. Because I always want to know that I'm doing the best for my audience and I'm giving you the content you want and you're enjoying what I'm doing. All reports were you guys absolutely were gung-ho for the new releases this week. Everyone wanted Spider-Man. Everyone wanted Mario Wonder. The reports of both games were great. They are, in my opinion. And I was hoping that, that would resonate. I guess it didn't. Or maybe it was just an off night. I don't know. But man, it was disheartening when yesterday we were playing for 3 hours and literally the audience was not paying attention. I was like, you gotta be kidding me, So let's see what happens tonight. I'm playing it again tonight late. We'll see what happens on the late stream. And I certainly hope that it'll turn around. But if it doesn't, I guess it is what it is. And I'm just gonna have to deal with the fact that every time I play Mario, we're gonna have a not so exciting night where people aren't gonna be that engaged or caring about the game. I just hope that maybe it was just a one-off. I don't know. And I will say this too, all right? I absolutely will say, sadly, there are a group of people who keep coming to the streams who try to derail it. They come in here with a bunch of sock accounts. If you haven't noticed, in the last couple of days, I tried to take care of that. I banned a lot of accounts of idiots coming in with their sock account bullshit. And what people have been explaining is that what it is, it's a group of 2 or 3 people who sit on a Discord server, okay? They have no life. They're the biggest group of fucking losers you can find on the internet. And all they want to do is come in here with a million accounts and talk to themselves and act like they're a big group of friends when in reality it's 2, 3 people tops. That's it. And what they want to do is try to derail the stream. They just want to sit here and have their own little discussions, almost act like the stream is their own hangout session, their good old boys club, right? And then when newcomers come in, they'll come in and they'll make jokes about things. They'll try to actually belittle people who aren't contributing or aren't channel members, and they'll try to make it to feel like it's not a welcome community, which is totally against the philosophy of what I stand for on YouTube. But they do it on purpose so that now newcomers will watch the stream and be like, oh, well, this is what it is like. I don't want to be here, right? And I've gotten distinct complaints from regulars in the last couple of weeks about, have you noticed, Phil, that there's a lot more sock accounts in your chat, and it seems to be the same few people because they all talk the same, they act the same, they're always discussing. And you also notice something. They will directly talk to themselves only. Like, they won't really have big open conversations. Instead, they'll just keep talking in like a circle to each other because it's the same people, you see? So I don't want that, and I'm totally against that. And if I see that, I'm going to get rid of it. And if anyone has evidence of that, let me know what's going on. I don't want that in my chats. I want my streams to be open and welcome to anyone who wants to come by and enjoy games and hang out with me. It's always been an open, welcoming environment. I don't want people feeling like if I go in, I'm going to get bullied or laughed at or treated in a different way just because I'm a newcomer or whatever. That's ridiculous. And I think that they've been doing this on purpose. to try to create this. Again, they won't break the rules. You won't see them outright insulting me or others with big, but what they'll do is they'll do things that definitely make people feel uncomfortable, right? And I don't like that, and I'm not putting up with that. If I see it, those people are out of here. So, yeah, if anyone actually sees that or in the chat, please, by all means, let me know what's going on, because I'm not going to just put up with that crap. If I see it, I'm just going to shut that stuff down, all right? So let me know. And of course, there's some people who every once in a while, and I don't solicit it, they'll just send me, like, stuff from their Discord. Like, here it is. Here's the evidence. Here's them talking about it. I'm like, I mean, again, I don't know how much of a no life you can be to think that what you're doing is a good use of your time. If you didn't notice, okay, I'm still streaming. I'm still enjoying games. I'm still putting out great content. My audience still likes it. I still get engagement. I still get support. Everyone's having, enjoyment around DSP Gaming. You haven't had zero impact. All you've done, you maybe, it's like a fly that buzzes in your face for 2 seconds. And you're like, shoo fly, shoo. And then you're on with your day. Like, that's literally what it is. But these people actually think that they're using their time productively somehow. I don't know how. So, just so you know, I am looking for it. I'll take care of it when I see it, particularly. And I apologize to those who maybe have been negatively affected, because I have gotten some complaints recently about it. And people are absolutely right. I don't want a ton of sock accounts coming in here and overwhelming the chat, and they're all talking with each other. And that's what happened during the Mario stream yesterday. I'm trying to play the game. All of a sudden, I look at chat. The entire chat is a sea of emotes. And as I look, it's 90% sock accounts spamming emotes. 90%. And it's like maybe 2 regulars who jumped in on it because they're like, if everyone's going to spam emotes, I'll spam the emotes too. And I look at it, I'm like, oh, well, now I know what's going on. You see, it's their concerted effort to basically make people not care about my streams or my game because they're losers, right? So, I'll do my best to handle it. See, the moderators have been here the past couple of days, and I've actually had a conversation with them, and they're like, they're apprehensive to do anything about it because they're not 100% sure, if it's a sock account or not. They don't want to take action and accidentally ban someone who's legit, and I feel for them because that's a tough position to be in, right? It's my stream, so ultimately, if I make the decision, I look at an account, it's a brand new YouTube account, it's someone who looks like it's someone who I know, they're misbehaving or whatever, and I make the active decision. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this account, right? That's my decision. It's my stream. I live with the consequence. But if you're a moderator, imagine that you're a moderator who just want to help out, and then you make a bad decision and you ban someone, and to come to find out it was not what you thought it was. Now they got to live with that, and I totally understand. That's why the moderators have kind of been laid back about it and not really banning those accounts. But they've been doing their best to try to look at people who are being abusive and saying bad things and time them out and stuff like that. So I'll do my best, guys, okay? I swear, and I apologize. It's always like this on YouTube, especially when you get harassed as much as I do. You got to just put up with the nonsense and, move forward positively through the season. It's not something we talk about all the time, but every once in a while it's worth addressing, and I acknowledge what's going on, and I'll do my best, to handle it and try to make it a better place for all you guys, okay? Cool. All right, so, excuse me. How do I know if it's a new account? Because I can look right at your accounts. Right, literally from this chat, I can see your account. Like, for example, Coca just said, how can you tell if it's a new account? So I click on your name, I click on your YouTube channel, I'm on your YouTube channel, I go to your About page, and it says that your account has existed since August 4th, 2011. You're legit. Your YouTube channel has literally existed for 12 years. So obviously you're a real person. So I know you're legit, and I know this is probably a newcomer who's enjoying my content and wants to chill. Thumbs up. If I clicked on your account and I go to your channel and it says, this channel was created on October 24th, 2023. It's a sock account. Someone just made it. They've never viewed a video with it. It's made exclusively to come to my chat and troll. You see the difference? It's pretty easy, and it's a pretty cool tool that YouTube allows. They used to have that, and they added that over the last year. So, it's pretty easy to figure stuff out. The other thing is, let's say you go to a YouTube channel, 0 activity. Oh, so the channel just sits there, and the person literally never watched a video, huh? Oh, right. I'm sure that's a legit account, right? So there you go. Okay. Anyway, so let's move on. Let's talk about the schedule, because this is an exciting week coming up. with the big new release of Alan Wake 2 on Friday, which I'm very excited for. I will say this. I'm doing something new. I need your feedback on this new thing. All right? Here's the new thing. When I know what streams are coming up, when I actively know what is coming in the next week, I'm going to do my best to try to set up those streams ahead of time. Okay? So, last night, after my Spider-Man stream ended, I set up today's streams of Spider-Man 2 and Mario. I set up the streams on Friday, which is the double stream of Alan Wake 2's premiere. I set up the streams for Saturday, which is Alan Wake 2 and Spider-Man. And I set up the streams for Sunday, which is the Level 1 podcast and Mario Wonder. So, literally, I set up 8 streams ahead of time. All right? Now, here's the advantage of doing that. Right now, you could go right to the channel page of DSPGaming, all right? And you could see all 8 streams that I'm doing, and you can say, oh, I'm interested in the Spider-Man streams and the Alan Wake streams. So you can click on Notify Me. And when you click on Notify Me, when those streams go live, you will receive a notification so you know to tune in when it goes live. Pretty neat, right? That way, you don't have to worry about missing a stream or anything like that. In addition, you can see at a glance the set schedule for pretty much the entire week stretched out that I know of, okay? So, there's definitely pros and cons. The pros are, the Notify Me is a really cool feature where you'll get told when a stream is coming up and you're ready to, when it goes live, you can tune in. And, obviously, you know what's coming up ahead of time. Right there in your face, there's all the streams set up. The bad news is when I do this, YouTube, for some really dumb reason, sends out notifications for each of those streams to your sub feeds. I don't know why. Why would YouTube send out a notification for a stream that I'm setting up for the weekend? That's incredibly stupid. I don't set it up to do that. YouTube just does it. So people like right now, someone just said, yeah, it's good, but I flooded my inbox. Last night, I got 8 notifications in my inbox for streams you're doing. And I'm like, yeah, why does it do that? I don't know. But again, I keep telling you guys there's this disconnect between the people who program the site and use the site. The people who program YouTube literally don't use it. So they don't understand that you would never want a notification to go out for a stream you're setting up days ahead of time. That's counterproductive. I don't need you to know about that this weekend I'm going to be doing 3 or 4 Alan Wake streams. I just want you to be notified when they come up. So why does it send a notification? Because it's stupid. Because the people who program it don't have the hands-on know-how. They don't have the street smarts of a daily YouTube user to understand what you would actually want to happen when you set up that stream. Now, can I give feedback? No. There's nowhere for me to give this feedback so that YouTube can take it and say, oh, let's fix that. There's nowhere to provide feedback like that. So it continues to suck, and there's nothing you can do about it until they fucking somehow wise up and decide to change it, which is just like, you know? So, what I would like is I would like your feedback. Do you like it if I set these streams up ahead of time? Do you enjoy having them up half a week early so you know what's coming? You can click on the streams you want for notify you. Is that a valid service for you? Does that have value? If it has value, I want to keep doing it, but I can only do it, excuse me, probably for about half a week ahead and for weeks when we absolutely know what's going to happen. I'll give you an example. There's many nights when we don't know what we're going to be doing because we don't know how long a game is. So I don't know how many streams I need to finish off a game, so I'm not going to set up every stream ahead of time unless I'm absolutely sure we're playing that game that night. There's also nights that are kind of what-if nights. What if we play a multiplayer game? What if we do this? And we don't know what we're doing yet. Since we don't know what we're doing yet until maybe the day before, I don't set that stream up, you know. This happens all the time. Like right now, I don't know how well we're all going to like Alan Wake 2. We very well may love it and want to play a ton of it, or we might play it Friday, Saturday and be like, all right, it's all right, but I don't want to play it every day. You know, maybe we'll mix it up. So I don't want to set up Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday streams for next week yet because I'm not sure exactly what we're going to be doing Monday and Wednesday. Tuesday, I know we're doing a Halloween marathon, but I don't know what we're going to be doing Monday and Wednesday, so I don't want to set up those streams yet, you see? So that's my take on it. But I want to know what you guys think. So right now I can tell you I got some feedback. Toasty says, I like having these set up. Revolt Evolve says, sounds like a plan. Let's see here. Fulp says, absolutely. I guess Fulp really likes it. That's good to know. So I want, again, please give me your feedback. And if you're watching this video on demand, as many people do, hundreds a day, please leave a comment and let me know what you think. Did you like the fact that I set these streams up ahead of time, or is this too much of a pain in the ass to get a big bomb in your sub feeds to say that I set up 8 videos, which is really stupid, and I apologize again. I don't want that, and I can't turn that off because YouTube is dumb, okay? King B. Cruel says, I like it. Tub says, doesn't matter. I really can't attend most live streams. Well, then for you, it really wouldn't affect you, right? It's more for people who want to set up those live streams, right? Okay. Review Gangsta USA says, I like it. All right. Cool. Please continue to give me feedback. If there's a big reason I shouldn't do it, I want to know. Because I got the suggestion a week or two ago from Overpowered Boone. I'll give him the credit. It absolutely was him who first suggested this. And I want to do what you guys find value out of. Okay? So please let me know. Cool. All right. Anyway, schedule for the week, shall we? Today, Spider-Man 2 on the first stream. Cannot wait. We're in the midst of a major story mission. We actually finished the Miles Morales half. We're going to switch over to Peter Parker now and do the second half of the mission. Continue on. The thing is, I think we've done a lot of the open world side content in the game at this point. So, I don't know how much more there will really be. We've actually explored pretty much almost the entirety of the map at this point. So, I'm not sure, you know, if it's just going to be a big, heavy plot dump today of all story or not. But I guess we'll find out as we play. Okay, so I'm excited. Great graphics, great gameplay, great story. You guys are engaged. I'm loving it. I think this is going to be a recipe for success. Another great Spider-Man 2 stream. Okay? Later tonight on the late stream, Super Mario Bros. Wonder at 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. Yeah, I'll be honest. I love the game. I'm looking forward to it because it looks to be that we're going to have another finale of World 4 and then probably head on to World 5, which I don't even know what World 5 is. I love it. But will people show up, engage, and support with the stream? Or is it going to be another case of exactly what happened yesterday, where people will not care, derail, say it's not very good? I don't know what to do then. You know, we're already halfway into the game. I'm not dropping it, but it might just be that we play Mario way less. You know, Mario's the game that's kind of the back burner game, and we balance in only a few nights a week, while the other games are the focus. And if that's the case, that's the case then, I guess, right? I guess we'll see. So let's see how it goes tonight on the late stream. I'll be honest. I hope people show up, engage, and support the stream. Every time I play Mario, I can't have it be the slowest stream of the week. And it would be really disappointing if that's the case because I love the game. So I hope that doesn't happen, okay? Okay. I'm off for streaming tomorrow. It's my day off for the week. It'll be a fun day, I hope. My wife and I have a lot planned at the same time. As you know, my one day off a week is insanely busy. I'm running around doing errands, doing appointments, doing everything that I possibly can do in the one day that I'm not here streaming all day. And it's going to be crammed and it's going to be hectic. But I'm hoping that we're going to have a good day together and maybe some good food. We're kind of already discussing early like what we would want to eat tomorrow and stuff like that. When I return on Friday, it's a big new release day. A 13-year wait finally ends. Because on Friday, it is the release of Alan Wake 2. And let me tell you, we're going to talk about the Xbox Game Showcase in a moment. They showed the game off this morning. It looks great. It looks actually really scary. I'm going to repeat that. It actually looks scary as hell. It looks like a really big horror game, which the first Alan Wake had horror elements and scary parts, but admittedly wasn't that scary. This game looks way more scary, which is great for this season. It's the perfect release date for the game. The Friday before Halloween is exactly the right date to be releasing this game. So I'm very excited to play it starting this Friday. And I'm going to be playing it all stream long. It's going to be first and second streams on Friday. Okay? And I hope you'll join me. You know, I have so many, attachments to this franchise. Alan Wake was a game that back in the day, I played, and we had a power outage during me playing it, which was revolutionary and weird. I was able to record when the power had gone out. It was like, what the hell's going on here? Which is funny because that's part of the game elements, is the lightness to dark, thing that happens during the gameplay. And it just looks great. What they've done. They made all the enemies look like ghosts and monsters and things. And the fact that there's two protagonists, and it's going to have this interesting story that ties, 13 years ago, Alan got stuck in this lake, and now an FBI agent is going back to the lake to solve a series of murders and gets caught up in the plot line and try, I got to save Alan now and stuff like that. That's really neat. Plus, we're going to have all the memes, I'm sure. We're going to be singing, Alan Wake, and all that stuff, I can't wait. I really can't. I'm actually, the more I see about the game, the more excited I'm getting. And I hope that you guys will join me for this starting Friday. I'm very excited for it. Okay, all day long, Alan Wake 2 on Friday. All right? Then on Saturday, Alan Wake 2 will be the daytime stream, and we'll continue on with Spider-Man 2 on the late stream. All right, so a great day on Saturday. Sunday is my React day of the week, so it'll be DSP versus the Internet, my weekly React show on my sister channel, DSP Reacts, during the daytime stream. And then the night stream will be the continuation of Super Mario Bros. Wonder. And then Monday and Wednesday are up in the air. I don't know if we'll do Alan Wake first, Spider-Man first. I don't know if we'll have Mario those days. It all depends on what you guys want and how we're doing with those playthroughs. But it will be a combination of the 3 new release games, okay? Tuesday, October 31st, is my big Halloween marathon. The spooktacular, as they say. What are we doing? I'll be in costume all day long, which I still haven't spoiled. You guys are not going to know ahead of time what I'm dressing up as for Halloween this year. All I've told you, the hint, it's related to content on my streams. That's all I'm saying. So that is a huge, you have no idea what I'm going to be, right? So hopefully that'll be interesting. In addition, games. We're definitely going to be playing Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's what the members voted for. Now, per your polling, it's looking like we're also going to be playing Resident Evil, what do you call it? 0? And what I want to do, I want to look at my library, if I can find it, because I don't even know where the hell your games library is on this goddamn thing. Let me see. Where is the games library on here? Because what I want to do is this it? Here it is. I found out that version of Resident Evil 0, okay, that I played in 2016 is actually, what is this nonsense? I want it in my collection. Here we go. My collection is actually the latest version. That the only difference between that and the PC version of Resident Evil 0 is the frame rate. Here it is, Resident Evil 0. And I could download it right now. It's the PS4 version from 2016. And you can absolutely positively play it on PlayStation 5. So we're going to do that. So let me download it right now. Including the costume pack and Shadow of Fear t-shirt. Sure, why not? Cool. So yeah, we're downloading that and we're absolutely playing that on Halloween. All right, Resident Evil 0. So what is the difference? This is the version that actually came out in 2016. It is a upscaled version of the game for modern consoles. It was made for PS4, but of course it'll run on PS5. The only difference between this version and the PC version is that the PC version has the potential to uncap and play at a slightly higher frame rate. It can run anywhere from 40 to 60 frames, but it's variable. Meaning, the game does not run on PC at a solid 60 frames per second. It kind of goes all over the place. And a lot of people who've actually reviewed the PC version of the game have actually said it's kind of jarring and annoying, because if it was smooth 60, it would make sense, but it's not. It kind of jumps all over, and it's very annoying. So, since that's the case, why would I buy the game again on PC just for it to be annoying? I'll just play the 30 frame per second locked version on PS4 on my PS5. So, Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Resident Evil 0, also per your polling, unless the voting really skews over the next few days, which I'm not foreseeing happening. The other game that's in third place is currently Fanta. Hold on. Want a Fanta, don't you want it? Want a Fanta, don't you want it? Delicious, delicious grape soda. Let me find it. I'm finding the poll right now. Here it is. Nope, that's not it. Never mind, that's not it. Where the hell is it? Here it is. So, Phasmophobia. I can't, for some reason, I can't get that name right. Phasmophobia. Because the voting was, members voted for Texas Chainsaw Massacre, so I'll get that on Xbox Series X. We'll have Resident Evil 0 on the PS5. And Phasmophobia will actually be my first real game played on my mini PC, which will be neat, because I haven't played anything on the mini PC since Chrono Trigger like 2 months ago. So it'll be really awesome to boot it up and and play a real game on there. I don't know how it's going to run. I hope it runs well on the mini PC. But I'm definitely excited for that. It's a game that you guys have told me about for years and years, and I just don't know that much about it. Besides, you guys, it's like a haunted house. Is it not like a haunted house with ghosts and you have to solve puzzles and stuff? But people are saying it's like really scary. A lot of people think it's like a really scary game. Cool. Sounds fun to me. I've never played it. I've literally not seen anything of this game at all. I'm going to keep it that way. I'm not going to watch anything regarding this game. I'm just going to make it be completely 100% honest reaction to it, seeing it the first time, and go from there. Now, the runner-up game is Cry of Fear. Now, I haven't played it, and it's a free game also on Steam. So likely what I'll do, I will download Cry of Fear as a backup, just in case something goes wrong. If anything, I think Texas Chainsaw Massacre is going to work and Resident Evil 0 is going to work. But what if Phasmophobia, for some reason, like runs like shit on my mini PC, and then it's like, oh shit. Well, Cry of Fear is like a 10-year-old game. It should run fine, I think. So I guess we'll see. But those are the games I'll be playing during the Halloween marathon. In addition, I'll be drinking. I have a few kinds. I still have the whiskey from many months ago. I still have that whiskey that we could drink. I still have some coconut rum from 2 months ago that I can drink. I actually have Kahlua from Christmas last year that I never drank, so I still have that. And I may or may not have something else depending on, I might go to the liquor store tomorrow actually and see if I get something else. So I'll have various kinds of liquor that I could do some shots of during the event, depending on, if you guys want to see me drink, and maybe we can get some levels of support and stuff like that, right? So we'll see. But I'll be boozing it up, and in addition to all of that, there will be food. I'll order some food from a restaurant for delivery, and we will have a new episode of Feasting with Phil. Feasting with Phil, where I eat a whole meal, and I kind of review the meal as we eat together, and we have good conversation while I feast, all right? So I'm excited. I think Tuesday is going to be a great marathon. We haven't done a marathon in over 2 months, so it'll be great to have a marathon again on the streams. And, not going to lie, sure would be great on Tuesday if you like my content, you've enjoyed my coverage these past few months over the summer into the fall. If you could support the stream, that would be great. It would be great to have a big month-end push for things like members and stuff like that. We've lost over 200 members this month, which sucks. And we keep gaining and then losing again. Like, take a look at members today. That's not an error. Yeah, overnight we lost about 70, 80 members. Okay? And we haven't had many member bombs. We had a few small ones. We have no big ones or anything. It would be great if maybe Tuesday could be a big rallying to try to get the channel back up to where it was before we lost all this. Okay? So, that would be great. A good push, a big month-end celebration of horror and fun on Halloween Tuesday. All right? Then, what else is going on? Well, the next big releases I'm excited for are November 9th is Like a Dragon Gaiden, and November 10th is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Now, I'm well aware there's other games coming out. In fact, on the Xbox Showcase this morning, they discussed a few, which I'll talk about. But I'm not going to commit to anything. Right now, my focus is Marvel Spider-Man 2, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Alan Wake 2, and then those games I just mentioned, Like a Dragon Gaiden and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. If we wrap up a bunch of other games in the meantime and there's extra time, maybe we'll bring back Street Fighter 6 multiplayer. Maybe we'll bring back Starfield. There's potential for new games. For example, RoboCop comes out November 2nd. That's a maybe. You guys were asking for Lords of the Fallen. That's a maybe. So all these are possibilities, but it really depends on how we do with the other games. So let's not go crazy and everyone go, oh, when's this start? No, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'm the kind of guy, I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. I'm telling you what I'm committed to. That's what I'm committed to. And if we have extra time around it, we'll do the other stuff. Fair enough? I hope that makes sense and it works out, and that way no one's disappointed. Okay. So, there you go. Add the Gamer says, what you said Lords of the Fallen was in November, now it's a maybe. No. It's a maybe when it starts. It's a maybe when we're starting it. And the second half of November is almost empty. In fact, the only other game in November I'm committing to is Super Mario Bros. RPG Remake. That's the 17th. I think the rest of the month is empty. So we have the whole second half of the month, essentially, to do whatever we want once we get through these playthroughs. Lords of the Fallen is definitely going to be at some point. It's just when is the question. When's the right time? Remember, the whole point with holding off Lords of the Fallen, I want to play it when I can commit to it and play a lot of it. Not that I play it twice a week. I get nowhere. I don't learn the systems. I want to be able to play a lot of it to immerse myself in it, to get good at the gameplay mechanics so we can do good progress every time we play. Just like I did with Lies of P last month, right? Because I really committed to it. I did really good at it. That's what we got to keep that momentum going with Lords of the Fallen. So don't worry. You guys are freaking scared, getting scared here. You're like, oh, he's not going to play. Relax. Everyone relax. Everyone, here's what I would like you all to do. Sit back like this. Okay? Sit back like this. Relax. Take a nice deep breath. Phil's got you. I got you. I'm going to play the games you want. We're going to have a good time. We got several months till the end of the year. All right? We're good. We're in good position right now. We've got good new games coming out. We've got some extra time at the end of the year to play the ones I'm not getting to right away. We are good. I'm feeling very confident about how things are going to go on this channel with the gameplay. We're good. You know, people get nervous. Oh, he's not going to play. Relax. Everything's fine. I swear we're going to have a good time. We're going to play the games. All right? It's going to be cool. All right. Very nice. All right. One other thing. Friday is the release of the Five Nights at Freddy's movie on Peacock. And since you guys seem to want me to watch it, I'm going to watch it. Now, I would like to say when I'm going to review it. I would love to review it as soon as possible, which would be Saturday. It comes out Friday. I have to watch it to review it. So the earliest I could possibly review it is Saturday, but I can't promise that. Why? Here's why. That was absolutely disgusting. I'm very sorry, and I apologize for it. But I felt it coming, so I turned around so you guys wouldn't have to hear it, or at least not directly into the mic. Okay? Now, no, people, I still heard it. People are freaking out. Okay. Typically, Saturday night is the night I already have to stay late because Sunday is my React show, and I have to sit down and go through all of the video nominations, and I have to put them into appropriate playlists and set up the show for the next day, and it could take upwards of an extra hour to 90 minutes to do that, because usually we have tons of submissions that I got to go through. Some of them I can't watch because they're adult-oriented. Some of them have issues. They can't be watched, you know, on that format of show. So when I go through all that stuff, right, I have to be careful, and it takes a while. So the thing is, I would love to review Five Nights at Freddy's for you on Saturday, but then I also need to set up the show for Sunday, and I can't be in here till midnight. So let's see what happens. At the very latest, I will review the Five Nights at Freddy's movie at the end of my Sunday streams, and then I will have that live for you on DSP Reacts Sunday night, and that would be an extra day. I want to get it out on Saturday if I can. Let's see. Also, I guess it really matters, like, how good or bad the movie is, and what I have to say about it is kind of interesting. This is the first time I'm reviewing a brand spanking new movie, fresh out, and I'm reviewing it release weekend. I've never done that. So let's see how this goes. Perhaps people would like it because I'm actually reviewing something fresh. And I think a lot of people are interested to know if the Five Nights at Freddy's movie will be good. All I'm going to say is this. It's a game franchise based on the premise that animatronics come alive and brutally murder people, and the movie is rated PG-13. I don't even have to say another word, do I? Did you know that it was rated PG-13? I didn't even know that until last night. I looked it up. And I was like, a fucking horror movie based on murders and gore that's rated PG-13. I can just imagine it's going to be great, huh? It's going to... You want to talk about missing the mark? There you go. Anyway, I mean, then again, it's a movie based on a fan base who fucking watches Markiplier all day. So there you go. Okay. Let us now continue. I've talked about the schedule. I've talked about stuff coming up. Let's talk about the Xbox Game Showcase. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everyone's favorite segment. It's time for DSP News. And in honor of Xbox, let's go green. It's like neon green. Oh, God, it's so bright. It's like really bright neon green. Isn't there a darker green I can use? Oh, for God's sakes, I guess not. Saturation? Ah! No. I guess I can only do like bright green, huh? Alright, fuck it. Bright green it is. Alright. The Xbox Game Showcase was this morning. It was 30 minutes, and it featured all games that will be on Xbox coming up soon from all of their game partners. So the first thing it opened up with was Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. And you're like, well, wait a minute. We've already seen a lot on this game. I wonder what else they could show. So apparently, there's going to be a whole virtual island in Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth that you build yourself. You build the town itself. It's like a sim game. And there's going to be people who come to the island, and you got to try to like keep them happy with attractions and stuff. And then there's also invaders who could come to the island who you beat up and stuff. And I'm assuming it's a mini game. You know, Like a Dragon / Yakuza has always had an insane amount of mini games. They've ranged so huge over the years. Gambling, driving little mini matchbox cars, fishing, running your own virtual host club business, and a whole investment game in the last one where you were investing money and hiring employees to run your like bakery shops and doing stuff. They've always had these crazy games, side missions and things. So it totally sounds to me like it's going to be its own side mission thing that you could sink a ton of time into if you want. You can get caught up in the whole virtual city kind of a deal. And it's nice to have it. Is it going to be something that everyone's going to want to do? Probably not. People are probably going to want to gloss over it if they can, if it's not that important. But it seems like it's a cool feature to have and another unique mini game to add in there that's, you know, to add more, you know, content to the game. It definitely showcased a lot of, like, indie games that I'm not too interested in. Like, what do you call it? Dungeons of Hinterberg. We saw this a few months ago during, like, Summer Game Fest. That it's a game that's like you're in dungeons, but it's actually based in reality, and there's a lot of like modern day stuff in it. It's kind of weird. Metal Gear Solid, Snake Eater, Delta. I'm not sure what the game is called, but it's a green triangle, and I'm assuming that means Delta. So this is the true Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater remake. All right, this is not the collection that just came out yesterday. That's just straight up ports of everything. It's an actual full remake of the original Metal Gear Solid 3 with modern graphics, controls, and gameplay elements. It looks good, but I'll be honest, it didn't blow me away. Like, it didn't look fully to me like it was completely modernly redesigned. It looked decent. It looked like PS4, late PS4 era level, but it didn't look like, oh my god, you know, groundbreaking modern PS5, Xbox Series X shit. It didn't look that good to me. Maybe I didn't see it clearly, but to me it didn't look that good. And the gameplay elements, they do look improved, right? It's no longer the clunky, like, PS2 control scheme, which is good. I'm glad that they're going to give it more modernized controls. But it didn't show any hand-to-hand combat CQC. It didn't show any formal takedowns. It didn't show any missions. It didn't show any bosses. It was very brief, very basic, and it gave absolutely no release date. So it's like, if you want to call it a teaser, like, that's the teasingest teaser you could possibly see for this game. Even though people are super hyped for it, it gave like zero information. So it was like, oh my god. You definitely, again, people are, what are the controls going to be like? Is it going to be redesigned missions? How's it going to be? Zero clear information. So, don't really know yet. Okay? RoboCop. First time I've ever seen gameplay of this game, and essentially, it looks like it's set in the world of the movies. Like, your partner from the movies is in the game as your partner. And you're fighting, what's the name? Edie I.E. or something? I forget what it's called. The freaking robot or whatever it is. That's in it. And you fight that thing. But I'll be honest, the gameplay looks clunky. Like, the gameplay looks like an old school FPS from the 1990s. Now, I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying, I don't know how that's going to really be a full game. I could see, like, playing this in half-hour increments, but if you're playing this for hours on end and it's the same gameplay over and over, I think it's going to get boring. It doesn't look that exciting to me. Maybe if you're a huge fan of the RoboCop movies, but outside of that, I don't really get the appeal. But maybe I'm wrong. But from what I saw, I wasn't really, like, too impressed from what it showed. Comes out November 2nd, and that's what I was saying. With the games that are coming out, perhaps this is one that we could squeeze in. I guess it depends on how long it is and how expensive it is, because I don't know. But I'm on the fence about it. I don't know if this is one that I would really want to play or not. I'm not sure, okay? Undecided, I guess we should say. The landscapers are here today. I completely forgot about that. 100%. I forgot about the landscapers being here today, and then I just heard the motor go on out there. Oh, yeah. The good news is, it's cool today. So even if I close the window, it shouldn't be too hot or stuffy in here because it's cool. It's autumn now. So I shouldn't be sweating it out because the landscapers are here today. I completely forgot it was Wednesday. Anyway. What else? They showed one or two other games. I'm trying to think if there's anything notable besides Alan Wake 2, which was the finale. Nothing really comes to mind. It was very short. It was only a 30-minute presentation, and they crammed in a lot of games in that 30 minutes, so a lot of them didn't get a lot of screen time. It was just like a quick trailer or a quick explanation. You were done, right? All right. Alan Wake 2, all right, looks really good. The graphics are very spooky, and right off the bat, they show you're fighting ghosts and demons. It's not like, oh, in Alan Wake 1, everyone was just a human that had a shadow over them, and you had to use a flashlight to remove the shadow, and then you would shoot them and they would die. Or, oh, it's like a crane or a freaking caterpillar, right? Bulldozer that's possessed. You have to stop it. No, this game has straight up demons and ghosts. Okay, straight up. I was like, whoa, it's scary. Like, it shows this demon woman who, like, has, like, arms up here and down there, and she's, like, coming at you and shit. And I was like, wow, that looks pretty scary to me. And, I'm pretty excited for it now, because it looks like it's straight up horror. While Alan Wake 1 was kind of thriller and mystery, this is straight up horror game, okay? I will say, one of the protagonists, I don't know the woman's name because she's a new character. She has to be introduced to the game, obviously. She's, like, explaining, oh, no, she's coming at us, and we have to hit her with light. I'm safe when I'm standing in the light, but if we hit her with light, then we can hurt her. And I was like, so basically she's explaining the gameplay mechanics through her dialogue. And I'm like, I hope this is like an early game scene. Because, man, it would suck if this character just talks like this the whole game and explains every gameplay element during the combat. But I think they're doing it on purpose in this particular scene to explain the combat mechanics. So maybe this is an earlier fight in the game. But it absolutely looks like it's scary. And I'm happy about that. I want it to be scary for Halloween. I think this would be the perfect playthrough for us to play over the weekend, right before the Halloween event. I think it's going to be really cool. So, looking good. I mean, we haven't played Alan Wake in 13 freaking years. And I can't wait to continue the story. Hilariously, I almost guarantee you this one will have another cliffhanger ending. How much do you want to bet it will still be unresolved and have a cliffhanger ending at the end of this one? I get the feeling they're going to do that. But it looks great. And I can't wait for it starting this Friday. Now, there are a couple other things people are mentioning. There's a game called The Finals. It kind of looks like a team-based Apex Legends style shooter. It looks awful. I guarantee you it'll be a game that every first-person shooter content creator who plays Call of Duty and those, you know, the Dr. Disrespects and people in the fucking FaZe clans and shit, they'll all play it because they're all going to get sponsored to play it. So they'll all play it for a few weeks and then drop it like a hot fucking rock after that because no one's going to play it unless they get paid for it. It just looks like the same generic shit you've played a million times. What else? There's one other game too. What was it called? Someone had mentioned it. Shit. There was one other game I wanted to talk about. And someone had mentioned it. Oh, yeah. So there's this game. We had seen it at Summer Game Fest. And at first it just looked like there's an abandoned oil rig. And you're a first-person explorer, and you show up to try to find out what happened. Where is everyone? Why is the oil rig abandoned? Okay? I forget what it's called. But I think it's like Shadow of the Rig or something like that. I don't know. But they show more gameplay, and there's monsters. Like, you can hear screams of, like, monsters on the rig. So it actually is a first-person horror game with a monster element. Now, I don't know how much there'll be in the game. Is it more psychological horror? Are there straight-up monsters after you have to fight and stuff? I don't know. Still in the water. Still wakes the deep. Looks interesting, doesn't it? I think it actually looks pretty good. I'm fascinated by this game. You know, I like horror, and so this game is interesting to me. Did it have a release date? Because I missed that. I didn't see if it had a release date or not. But it looks pretty good. If it's Game Pass, I think I will absolutely play it. but I'm not sure if it was Game Pass or not. But it's kind of an interesting premise. You're the sole investigator of an abandoned oil rig. You're trying to find out what happened there, and apparently there's monsters or something. No release date? Nah. So, I'm excited. I hope that we get more information about it, and we find out when it comes out. But, sounds good and looks good. Actually looks pretty scary, okay? So, that's really it. You know, there was some other indie-style games. Spirit of the North 2. Like I said, Dungeons of the Hinterland or whatever. Who knows, right? But it was a decent presentation for half an hour. Just nothing great. It was all stuff we already knew about. There was no, like, groundbreaking announcements or anything. But if anything, the best thing about it was definitely Alan Wake 2 looks great. Of course, we're playing it Friday. But it looks absolutely stellar and looks very scary. So I'm very excited for Friday. I hope you guys will join me for that, okay? All right, woohoo. That is DSP news in a nutshell. Pretty quick today, right? Nothing too major there. Excuse me. All right, so, by the way, I'm waiting for, someone had done a super chat, and I'm waiting for it to pop up, and it still hasn't popped up in my feed, so I don't know what's going on with that. Looks like there maybe has some delay here, with my feed today. In fact, hold on a second, because yesterday, the animations weren't working. I had to totally refresh. It looked like they had recoded the whole site. No, it's working. Seems to be working. All right, I don't know. It was just a delay in the feed today. I will shout that out later. Anyway, so that's what I got to talk about today. Now, before we hit shout-outs and Q&A, I will say this. You guys have been great this week. Thank you for your support this week. It's been great. Today, 2 focuses. Focus 1, really, I would love if we could get these members back up. It really sucks because we lost a lot. We lost over 200 members this month. That hurts. It does. That's direct support that I get that has faded away. And why did that happen? Well, there's a combination of factors. I think one is, for 2 weeks this month, I kept telling you guys I need help with tips. And you guys absolutely did help me with tips. Thank you so much. I'm through that point now. I got paid by YouTube, which is great. So now any support is greatly appreciated. One great way to support this channel would be gifted memberships to try to get us back up to where we were. That would be great, okay? The other thing is every stream I am attempting to hit the tier 1 tips goal. I haven't done that this week, but there's been some really good streams this week too. So today, if you like the content and you want to support it, I would suggest gifted memberships or a tip. Either way would be a great way to help the channel, or maybe both. No, I'm not asking for both. Whatever you want to do would be nice, okay? So thank you for that. So, speaking of which, yeah, I'm not sure what happened here. For some reason, this person's super chat didn't appear in my feed, so I'm just going to do a manual shout out to Attila. Attila says, can't wait for your marathon. I hope you're doing well. Thank you to Attila. I appreciate that very much. And, indeed, I'm doing pretty good. I'm excited for today. You know, all new release content yet again. This is my favorite streaming time of the year and gaming time of the year because the weather is cool. The vibes are spooky. We're having a good time together, right? I'm having a good time with everything, so thank you for being here. Thanks for the super chat. Also, Comet Frenzy re-upped their membership for a month. Says happy holidays to you and your family. Well, thank you so much. A little early, I feel, to be saying happy holidays. I think when people say that, they insinuate, you know, the Christmas season or whatever. But I do appreciate that. That's a nice sentiment. And before you know it, we'll be into November, December, and everyone will be shopping for Christmas and going crazy singing Jingle Bells and shit like that. So, there you go. Let's see here. Okay. Get this working. Ooh. 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 Is it working? Okay, it's working. All right. That's all we've got for now. If anything else comes in during today's podcast, I'll shout it out. Thank you in advance, anyone, for your support. What I would do now is I will open up the chat to Q&A. If you want to ask me a question, tag me in the chat, please. And we'll go from there. Man, I smell grass. I guess they're cutting the grass. That's what that is. I think I'm going to close the window for now. Hold on. There we go. Close it for now. But I'll probably open it up again in like a, you know, half an hour when they're done, you know, chopping up the lawn out there. So, Let's see here. Jade says, can we watch Rob Gavigan on Tuesday? Well, we've actually been watching Rob Gavigan. The last few weeks, Rob Gavigan videos have been submitted, and we've watched, I believe, 2 of them during the DSP versus the Internet show every Sunday. Likely, no, we're not going to do a Rob Gavigan segment during the Halloween event because we have 3 games to get through, plus a tier maker. We're going to be doing a tier maker ranking Halloween horror franchises, plus food. Like, I think we're going to have more than enough to fill up the entire marathon. So, okay. How much does YouTube pay me? That is a heavily loaded subjective question because it depends on many factors. Views, ad revenue, how many members I get in a month, how many super chats and super stickers and super thanks I get in a month. So it varies greatly. I get paid for all of that stuff. Is it shocking Alan Wake came out 13 years ago? No. That's what happens. Time passes and things change, and, you know, Alan Wake was a game that was great in 2010. There was a standalone expansion called American Nightmare at one point, and then Remedy went on to make other games. Remember, they made Quantum Break, they made Control. I think they made one more in there, too, did they not? I think they made 3 games over the last decade, and now they're back full circle, and I'm happy because I've been waiting for them to continue this plot for a long time, but no, it's not shocking. I don't know why it would be shocking. Juan, yes, 9 days to your birthday. I'm happy to hear this. I hope you have a good birthday. We'll also be counting down once your birthday passes for next birthday. But we have 364 days to your next birthday because you've been saying this every day. Comet Frenzy says, looking forward to your coverage of Alan Wake 2. Perfect timing for 15th anniversary, albeit a little late. True. Very true. Jex Gaming says, reminder, early access to Modern Warfare 3 campaign is live next week on the 2nd. Some of the viewers do want to see you play it. Well, we'll see. I don't know. As you know, I don't usually buy these games super early. Like, I'm getting Alan Wake 2 later today to play it on Friday. I usually don't drop a lot of money early because there's really no benefit. If people really want to see me play the campaign of Modern Warfare 3 early, maybe I'll consider getting it the first week of November. But I'll be honest, like I told you guys, I'm not really crazy for the campaign at all. I'm more focused on the multiplayer and the Warzone, you know, Battle Royale. I don't really care about the story. I don't think anyone does. Like, the Modern Warfare 1 story was good, and then 2 was like, meh. 3, I don't really give a shit about at all. Like, I just don't care. So if you guys really want me to do it, I'll do it, but I'm not really excited for it, you know? Okay. I received a $2 tip, our first tip of the day, from Gabriel. I thought Alan Wake 1 gameplay was cheesy and monotonous. I only recently played the remake, so it was outdated compared to the modern experiences. I'll have to check out your stream on Friday to see if it's a buy or not. You're exactly right. When I played Alan Wake 1 in 2010, alright, the reason that it really resonated was the story and the Gabriel. Your name is Gabriel? No, your name is Gabriel and I spelled it wrong. Sorry about that. Gabriel, that's actually... When I played it in 2010, what stood out was the atmosphere, the plot, the writing, and the soundtrack, okay? And the light to dark aspect of how, you know, everything's invincible till you shine a flashlight on it and then you could shoot it or whatever. That's really where it shined, and that's where the game excelled, all right? Sadly, I'll agree with you. When you got about halfway to 2/3 through the game, the entire gameplay aspect became monotonous. The entire game is just, there's a bunch of generic enemies coming at you, shine a light on them, shoot them, or hit them with a flare, wash, rinse, repeat. There's nothing really to it, except you're going through different locations, the plot is advancing, some people are dying, and you're wondering what the supernatural element is. There's a big showdown at the end of the game. But absolutely, I agree with you that it does become monotonous and grinding near the end of the game. I remember my original run, I just wanted it to end. I was like, when is this going to end? Because it's just taking too long. I totally remember that. All right? So it's good, but definitely falls apart near the end. Now, in regards to Alan Wake 2, it looks like they've completely redesigned the game, which is good, because I think the part that it was lacking was the repetitive gameplay. If you're fighting unique challenges like ghosts and monsters, and there's horror and gore and different kinds of elements to it this time around, I think it's going to be a better experience than the first game. Plus 2 protagonists to switch between. It's going to be good variety as well, all right? So I guess we'll see as we play it starting Friday. But I'm hoping that in 13 years, they've done some new stuff, and it's not just going to be more of the same. Because if it's more of the same, it'll become monotonous by the end and kind of bored again, right? Revolt Evolve says they better have the lime and the coconut song in Alan Wake 2. You put the lime in the coconut and dick it all up. You put the lime in the coconut and call me in the morning. And then it gets claimed and everyone loses their ad revenue. Yum Yum says, I know you've never seen a ghost. Would you want to be haunted by one? No. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Gabriel says the ending where you had to cross that bridge, everything was animating and beyond tedious and annoying. Oh, I agree. 100%. Dr. Kinnison says, I'm coming to visit the Seattle suburbs in a few weeks. I hope it's a good trip. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe, what do you have planned? What are you planning to do out here? You know, it really depends on what you're going to do. You know, there's stuff to do. The reason that I like living in the suburbs of Seattle is because everything is at a finger's reach. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can drive 20 minutes and pretty much do anything I want. I can go shopping. I can go to a restaurant. I could go to a farmer's market. I could, you could go out to a farmland, or you could go to the city. There's all this stuff to do within a very small radius. So it really depends on what you're looking to do. But there's a lot to do, especially out in the fall out here. There's a lot to do. So I don't have a game of the year pick so far. I pick it at the end of the year. No, I would never try a Ouija board on stream. I'm not stupid. Izzy Jones says my friend Dale was going to get Alan Wake 2, but he's scared. Well, tell him to wear adult diapers when he plays it. That way, if he unloads, he's fine. Right? Or play it while he's on the toilet. I received a $4 tip from Big Scary Gaming. Phil, I went out today to the hardware store. I picked up spooky Halloween decorations. I got a skeleton that screams when you walk by it. Hopefully, the trick-or-treaters will be scared. And I'm also counting down the days towards Mario RPG. It's my favorite game of all time. How does it fare to other SNES RPGs to you? I feel like Super Mario RPG was really cool because it combined kind of platforming elements and time button presses with the turn-based combat of other games like Final Fantasy, and I really liked the atmosphere because of combining two different kind of genres together into one was really neat. Also, it was one of the few times that I actually saw a different kind of IP used in a different style and genre of game at that time. It was really, everyone stayed in their lane. So fighting games were fighting games and platformers were platformers, but to see a turn-based RPG with the kind of platformer characters in it was really unique. And also the fact that it was a unique plot, and you had characters like Bowser, who was actually a good character rather than a bad character, which he always had been in the platformers, but instead he was a party member in this game, was really unique as well. And I really liked the fact that it was a unique plot that stood alone. And they never made a sequel, so maybe this will be cool to see it be revived, and maybe one day they'll make a sequel because I think it's worthy of it. Okay, thank you for the tip. Onward. No, that's not a bit, and it wasn't scripted. I just did that on the fly. What's wrong? I can't answer a question on the fly? How could it have been scripted? I just got the tip and responded to it immediately live. How could I have scripted that answer? Any time frame for going back to Street Fighter 6 multiplayer? No. This next week, it's not going to happen. Perhaps the week after. But this next week, we are booked with Alan Wake 3, Spider-Man, Mario, and the Halloween Marathon. That's more than enough for the whole week. Maybe the week after, we'll consider going back to Street Fighter. Fair enough? I think having like a 2-week hiatus is a good idea. It breaks it up and it builds anticipation again, rather than every week be playing it multiple times, people getting tired of it. Right? Okay, I'm going to open the window again. It sounds like they went away, and I want fresh air in here today. Okay. When they come back, I'll close it again. Did I move to Washington State because I'm a fan of Twilight? Yes, in fact, I moved. You might not realize this, but my backyard is where they filmed all the outdoor scenes for most of Twilight. Yeah. Have I ever watched Better Call Saul? Yes, I've seen like the first 2 seasons, I want to say. I was watching a lot of it, and then I think I caught up to like season 2 or 3, and then I stopped watching it, so I never saw the ending. But I did like the show a lot. Would I consider reviewing Oppenheimer when it comes to streaming? Maybe. It's a maybe. If you guys are interested, perhaps. Am I worried about a bedbug infestation bubbling overseas? Why in the holy hell would I be afraid of a bedbug infestation overseas? How does that affect me? Right? What are you talking about? Why? How on earth would that affect me? Do I think Alan Wake, Control, and Quantum Leap are in the same universe? Alan Wake and Control are. It's confirmed. They crossed over. They actually have a crossover plot line. Why do you think Quantum Leap would be in that universe? That I don't understand. I've never been yard sale hunting. It travels via plane like COVID did. Bed bugs do? Okay. Still, how would this affect me? How would I get bed bugs? Exactly. I'm just wondering. Who's going to come over my house, right? And cook, or cook, and sleep in my bed, right? No one is coming into my house. Like, I'm not afraid of this. Oh my god. I've never seen the Great British Baking Show, but we've watched it on DSP versus the internet. We've watched clips of it, and it seems pretty ridiculous, but I've never seen the show itself. Oh, that's right. Packages from France. You're right. I'm just constantly getting packages from France at my house, so the bugs are going to jump from the packages into my bed. I got it. There you go. Yes, I possess both a MacGuffin device and a time machine. Perfect. Have I ever gone to a butterfly observatory? In Seattle, in a place called the Pacific Science Center, they have a butterfly room. And you go in, and there's tons of different kinds of butterflies in the room, and they all fly around you, and they can land on you, and it's pretty neat. So I have done that before once, when I went to the Pacific Science Center many, many years ago. But outside of that, no. But if that once, it was really nice. So. Tom Asta asks, why do I overpronounce the letter T? Well, I overpronounce the letter T because I like to emphasize when I speak so you can hear the syllables clearly and concisely. There are many people who listen to me on demand, and they want to understand what I'm saying without lip reading. So I emphasize when I speak so people can hear as I enunciate. What a silly question for you to ask on my spoken word podcast. Good Lord, people are crazy. Anyway, I'm doing good, Jade. Thank you for asking. I'm doing well today. What's my biggest upcoming game other than Call of Duty? Oh, man. We're almost through most of the major releases for the year, are we not? I feel like we are. Right? Let me see here. Trying to get the list. So, Like a Dragon Guide and Modern Warfare 3 and the Super Mario Remake, and then Avatar Frontiers of Pandora supposedly comes out December 7th. And then outside of that, there's really no major releases, so I'll be balancing probably the Lords of the Fallen, maybe this RoboCop game. Maybe we'll go back and play Sea of Stars, which people have wanted to see for a while and I didn't get to. And then there's some games that come out, like, for example, the Grinch game. That could be a perfect game to play in December, right, to build up to, like, Christmas time and stuff like that. And there'll be a lot of odds and ends, I feel, to catch up on. Games that I didn't get to, or, you know, eventually we could go back and finish up games I haven't finished yet. You know, like I said, Starfield, stuff like that. Also, anyone remember I was playing Elden Ring at one point? Yeah, I was playing Elden Ring at one point, if you can remember. So maybe that, right? Maybe Elden Ring. And go back and finish up my Magic run of that, which I haven't played in many, many moons, right? stuff like that. But as for like what's my most anticipated game for the rest of the year, I mean, we're almost in the home stretch now. This is we're playing all the bigger ones right now. So am I necessarily heavily anticipating one game right now? No. But I think we've got a good amount of games now to take a look at and say what was the best game of the year. It's been a great gaming year. For as many disappointing games as there were some games that shined and resonated and were pretty good. You know, off the top of my head, I have to go back and look through the whole list. But, yeah, I'm excited. But I know I don't have like a standout, oh, this is the game I absolutely am looking forward to the most or anything like that. Right? Would I ever consider being a school teacher and sharing my knowledge with today's youth? No. I would actually withhold as much information as possible. Let those kids figure shit out for themselves. That's what I had to do, so screw them. Tough. It's a hard knock life. Get out on those streets and start learning. You're never going to learn sitting in a classroom. Get your ass out there and start learning the hard way. Actual work. There you go. Carlton Jr. says, Final Fantasy VII DLC, you said to remind you about downtime before Rebirth. I don't know. Will we have time for that? How long is the DLC? I don't know how long the DLC is. I don't know if I really want to play it either. I guess we'll see, but you know, we have Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth coming out in January right before Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So it would really be wise to play a Final Fantasy VII DLC, then Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, then Final Fantasy VII Rebirth back to back. I don't know about that. That might be too much RPG overload. Plus Super Mario RPG in November. That's like crazy RPG overload, right? So I don't know. I don't know about this. I'll have to think about it. Oh, thank you. I look sexy in black, I was just told by Spider Dijon. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. This is one of the fabled Uniqlo knit shirts. It's technically a sweater, but it's very thin. The thing is with Uniqlo, all of their clothes are thin, but they keep you very warm. I don't know what it is about their technology, however they make their clothing. It's always thin, but I swear it retains warmth really well. So it's a nice thin knit sweater, but it's very comfortable, and it keeps me very warm. I love it. Okay. How is Phil from the Project 7 universe doing? He's still stuck. He never got freed. Remember, he never got his gaming powers back? Because we were about to do the horror episode, and then everyone quit the show. You know, without telling me why, and then years later it's revealed why in a video, because they couldn't be honest with me at the time, I guess. I don't know. But he's still stuck, so he's kind of screwed, right? Darziak says, we definitely don't want a repeat of Diablo, Zelda, and Final Fantasy 16's RPG overload. You're right. Remember, within like 2 months, I played like 4 RPGs, and everyone was burnt out. So I don't really want to do that again. Are we on our way for 2023 being the best year of gaming ever? No, but it was a good year. Do I have any nephews or nieces? Well, let's see. I don't have any brothers, and I don't have any sisters, so I'm going to go with no. I had to think about that for a second. There you go. Did I ever watch Duncanville? No, I don't know what that is. Never heard of it. I agree, Uniqlo is a great brand, but they are very pricey. Like this shirt I bought when I lived in Connecticut a decade ago. Right? I bought it in like late 2013. So their clothes are very pricey. You got to get them on sale, and even then, you know, their shirts and sweaters are pricey. So I kept a few. I don't have that much, but I have this. I have a same exact as this, but it's red rather than black. And I have 1 or 2 like shirts that are thinner, like t-shirt style shirts from them as well. And I have pants. In fact, the pants I'm wearing today are Uniqlo pants. Their pants are quite good. Spawn Killer, I missed a super chat. My bad. He did a super chat for $2, and he says, what was the last time you were at Pike Place Market? 2018. When Kat moved here, we went into Seattle for a couple of days. Oops. And we did the Pop Culture Museum. We did Pike Place Market. and we went to the waterfront, and we went on the big Ferris wheel, and we had some good seafood together at the Ivar's restaurant on the waterfront. And we also did Space Needle. We did touristy stuff for like a couple of days, and that was it. That was the last time I've been there, and since then, all of Seattle's degraded, and everyone agrees there that it's just not a good place to go anymore. That crime has been in massive spike and infesting the place, and there's too few police. If you have a problem, you call the police. They take a half an hour to show up. It's just not a good place anymore. A lot of businesses have left, and everyone there has reported, business is way down, crime is way, way up. So I haven't been there in ages, and I don't plan on going until they fucking fix it. If I had a long-lost brother that reached out to me, would I consider them a true brother? No. In fact, I'll just say this. If there's any long-lost brothers, just stay lost. Stay out there. I don't want to hear from you. Okay. Derek says, I love your Dr. Sleep review. Would you recommend the movie to someone who's never seen it? Yes, I said that right in the review. When is my wedding anniversary? April. Same exact week as my birthday, actually. Because we kind of celebrate. We had like a co-celebration of my birthday. It was my birthday, and then we flew out to Connecticut that exact same week. And we got married that week. All at once, like big thing. So every year it's kind of like my birthday and then wedding anniversary kind of together. Celebration. So. The long-lost brother just turned around. He's heading back to Italy. He was on the flight. He re-diverted the flight back to Italy. Oh, well. Good. Get out of here. Did I ever watch The Simpsons? Yes. In the 90s, I watched it a ton. In the 2000s, I watched it some. I haven't watched it, at all in the last 10 years. Any Stephen King movies I like? The Shining, Pet Sematary, It, even though it is more of a miniseries than a movie. What's the other one that I like a lot? Oh, Misery. I'm sure if I kept thinking, I'd think of way more. But those are some of the ones that come to mind right away. I've actually never seen Cujo. Not once. So I don't know if Cujo's any good. I've never seen it. People person, we already talked all about Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta. You're late. We already talked about it on this very stream. You missed it. I received a $20 tip from 1 Minute Man. Thank you so much, 1 Minute Man, for your support. In fact, I'm going to go out of my way, and I'm going to thank 1 Minute Man, and here's why. 1 Minute Man comes on this stream every day, and he contributes. It doesn't matter what I'm playing, what I'm doing, he contributes. Yesterday, if it wasn't for 1 Minute Man, it would have been the slowest stream I've had in years. I mean it. If it wasn't for his daily tip, that first stream of Mario yesterday would have been, awful. And at least, I know I can depend on that kind of tip every day. I really appreciate that, 1 Minute Man. Thank you so much. Did I play the animation? It's greatly appreciated whenever, if we're having a day like that, and then 1 Minute Man still comes by and supports the stream no matter what. That's really nice. So thank you so much, 1 Minute Man. I really appreciate it. Did the animation not play again? Did the site glitch again? Seriously? It did. Okay, hold on. How did I fix this yesterday? Yesterday it stopped working too, and then I had to refresh, and then it worked. They fucked it up. So this website keeps screwing up. It screwed up yesterday too. It gave me some weird error, and then I reloaded and it worked, but now it's not working. And I know it's not an update to OBS. I haven't updated my OBS settings at all. So I know it's not that. Let me check, because I can't see. The writing's too small. No. No, see, that's all. So it's not that. me try this. Okay. Got it. Okay. Yep. I fixed it. They were messing around. They were messing around with stuff. And basically I think they had updated the site. They had updated the site with various new things, and I had to just refresh the whole site. So, okay, cool. All right, guys, anything else? Or shall we adjourn and take a brief break? I do have to use the restroom today before we start with Spider-Man. Take a brief break. No, I have not considered ancestry DNA test. I don't really care. All right. All right. Let's adjourn, shall we? Let's adjourn. And thank you all for watching. I will be back to Friday, of course, with Alan Wake. I'm very excited for Alan Wake this coming Friday. And I hope that you'll have a good day off tomorrow, because I won't be here. But in the meantime, enjoy today's streams, and of course, happy Halloween.